All right. So the Canadian Outdoor Learning Spring Virtual Workshop Series is brought to you by a group of over 20 partners from across the country who offer excellent outdoor and environmental education resources, programs and support. Duncan and I are going to do our best job to rattle them off at alarming speed and engage in sharing with you a little bit about them, and Fahim's going to pop some links into the chat box, which obviously you can save for later, or you can click on to get some more info.
Perfect. Thanks, Jade. So we're going to kick it off with a few of our awesome partners we've got here. Farheen already mentioned Take Me Outside, her organization. And it is an amazing organization encouraging and supporting educators from across the country to take their learning outside through their challenge and their days and a number of their initiatives. We've also got the Pacific Foundation for the Understanding of Nature Society, which actually just donated $1,000 to Take Me Outside for their grand prize for the coming school year. If you sign up for the Take Me Outside for Learning School Year Challenge, and you can win $1,000 at the Outdoor Learning Store. And I've also got ECOM here, the Canadian Network for Environmental Education and Communication, which just hosted an amazing national conference, and they do every year. So I would recommend you checking each of those out.
Next up, we have the Amazing Green Teacher, who offer magazine bulk subscriptions, the Earthy Chats podcast, which features myself and their editor, Ian Shanahan, and lots of teacher resources, 3 of which are available on the Outdoor Learning Store. Next, we have Green Learning, who offer online education programs about energy, climate change, and the green economy. They're great video lessons as well as worksheets for teachers. And Natural Curiosity, who the amazing Hayley Higdon, who featured in one of our previous workshops. They have their amazing book about Indigenous perspectives in learning, and it's in French and English, and is a really good book to buy. Again, available on the store.
Awesome. And Water Rangers, who support water testing for organizations and schools. They actually have a brand new test kit that we just put online today in a backpack, and they have their tiny test kits that we put online last week. CBean, which I also am their executive director, and they host the Outdoor Learning Store. And in the fall, they partnered with IPSA to pilot Canada's Outdoor Learning Store in British Columbia. And since then, it's all history.
Wildsight, who are amazing and provide programs to get kids outside in order to instill a sense of connection and place. We've got GEOEC, the Global Environmental and Outdoor Education Council, who offer conferences, workshop, teaching and ideas and information, and Sask Outdoors, who encourage people to participate in outdoor recreation, and they run awesome professional development workshops. There's some coming up soon that you should check out.
We've got ACE, the Alberta Council for Environmental Education, that runs lots of Prodi and workshops and resources. They've got a climate summit coming up this summer that I would encourage you to check out on their website. And we are sending links out to this with the follow-up email with all of their upcoming events for all of our partners. Stoked on Science, who I shouldn't be speaking about because that is Jade's organization, where she inspires young people in the outdoor environment to get hooked on science and get outside and play, which focuses on the early years and inspiring them to have an awe and wonder for nature.
Okay, we have OSI, the Ontario Society for Environmental Education, who support educators in integrating environmental topics into their teaching practice. Classroom to Communities, BC-based partnership of educational leadership and support. They have events and activities. Their next event coming up is the Summer Solstice Networking event on June 17th, and we'd love to see you there. Then we've got KB. It's Canada's first partnership of school superintendents who've banded together to support outdoor and environmental learning.
Okay, and last but not least, we've got Learning for a Sustainable Future, who offer incredible workshops on sustainability and outdoor learning, great resources for educators of all types. Imagine Ed that is, well, they're the catalyst behind the Gillian Judson, the walking curriculum, imagination in ecological education. So she was our launch workshop for this webinar series and an incredible resource. And our very newest partner, Eco Schools Canada, which offers some really great tools and certification for schools across the country in making their schools more sustainable places to learn and to be. So we will send out a link to all of those because those are all amazing partners that you should be aware of and can support you in your work. So I am very pleased to welcome you tonight for a long-awaited workshop with one of my idols from my youth. Well, maybe my middle age, I don't know. Remy Rodden, who is an inspiring outdoor environmental singer, songwriter. As you see in the write up here, he's deeply concerned about the environment, and he has a really entertaining show. We've hosted him in schools across our region here. His song, What's That Habitat, is part of the United Nations music compilation to celebrate the Earth Charter. And he's toured all over. He's fantastic online, but he is even better when you can give him a big hug or applause in person. And he is, as of this week, Remy, one of the finalists for the Children's Artist of the Year by Western Canada, the Western Canada Music Awards. So big shout out and congratulations and welcome to Remy Rodden.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Wow. Yeah, that whole Western Canada Music Award thing kind of caught me by surprise, and what an honor, incredible for this week. Hello, everybody. Bonjour tout le monde. Yeah, it's been a little bit crazy here in my own personal life as well. I'd like to acknowledge that I am currently on the traditional territory of the Trundek Huichin, because I happen to be in Dawson City, Yukon, on a school trip. Because of COVID, my touring plans got waylaid, so I decided to put my teaching degree to use in a more formal setting. I've spent several decades as an environmental educator here in the Yukon, going into all the schools all across the territory. But now I'm actually a classroom teacher, so I had a lot of respect for teachers before, but holy moly, being right there on the ground doing it, I have even more. So hats off to all the teachers in the crowd. I'm going to just show you a couple of images here of where I am, so you get a bit of a context here. Hopefully this is going to work. Oh, is that working, Duncan, Jade? Yeah, great. So this is a view of the famous Dawson City, home of the Klondike Gold Rush, and please come up. This is one of our big tourist attractions. Of course, recognizing that the First Nations have been on this land for thousands of years, and this actual event of 120 years ago was quite devastating in many ways to the local Indigenous population and the wildlife and so on. But it really was quite a wonder. It was the biggest city west of Winnipeg and north of San Francisco at the time. Early 1900s, they were the first to have electricity and water and so on. Yeah, so this is, let's see, I am actually broadcasting you from the school. Everything in Dawson has to be heritage style to fit with the style and the regulations. Even the streets are just mud and gravel, so it can be quite interesting. But the place I've been teaching actually is in Beaver Creek, Yukon, which is Canada's most westerly community. And what you see there is all 9 kids, actually 7 kids in the school, and in that picture, and some of the community members, chief and council from the White River First Nation. And it's been an incredible joy and pleasure and honor to work and play on the territory of the White River First Nation in Beaver Creek. So it's kind of it's just on the border with Alaska, and yeah, it's been just an amazing experience to be there. School finishes next week for us. And we're just on a school trip right now in Dawson, and I was able to get off a little bit early to do this show. So I will close that sharing. We'll get back. My background here happens to be the actual White River, and I did a little tour down that last fall on a solo canoe trip, and it was awesome. So I'm going to just start with a little welcome song. This song sort of actually launched me into this whole recording business. I was hired to be Project Wild coordinator. I think many of you know Project Wild. And okay, am I still there? Okay. And this was the first ever meeting of American and Canadian Project Wild coordinators, and I wrote a song for it, and because that became recorded by some folks in the States, it kind of encouraged me to continue on. So it's a bit of a way to welcome you. It's an abridged version because we've got lots to do today. So here we go. Long ago, the buffalo roamed in a sea of grass that stretched forever north and south, but it did not last. Came the train, came the gun, came the survey crew, and they made the maps and they made the laws that separate me and you. But the tundra song, the wolverine, and the bighorn ram know of no such boundaries when they wander through this land. They know so well in the natural world that a border doesn't mean a thing when it's only a line on someone's map made by a human being. So welcome across the border where a border need not be. Life is linked together in a web that you can't see. Living on Turtle Island is a blessing that we share. Let us put our heads together, show our children that we care. So welcome you who gathered here, who care about the earth and the life that lives upon it, for all that life is worth. We're here to sing, we're here to grow and share what we have learned. For the wild is on the comeback trail, we're part of a tide that's turned. So welcome across the border where a border need not be. Living on this planet is a web that you can't see. Let us put our heads together, find some way to show you care. Let's put our heads together, find some way to show we care. There you go. Thank you. Applauding in your own little way, wherever. So, one of the reasons that we play music, at least in my experience, one of the most amazing parts of it is the idea of building community. So when we've been with at some of the conferences, maybe some of you listening have been involved in some of the late night sessions we have in an e-com conference, singing around, and those connections are absolutely incredible. But what I'd like you to do now, and this is crowdsourcing, basically the idea today is to have fun, celebrate the earth, but also, get you singing, but also I'd like to crowdsource a bit, because I assume if you were on this call, you actually, you have an interest in this whole area, and you would like to, I'd just like to hear what you have to learn, because I don't consider myself an expert by any stretch of the imagination. I'm learning all the time. About how to work with children and how to get ideas across their music. So I'm going to try this little fun thing. Hopefully it'll work out. And I'm asking you to, we're going to create a little word cloud. And let's bring it up here. Hopefully this will work. Okay, I have to pick a different window. There we go. Okay. I assume everybody can see the question here. What it will require you to do is maybe open a browser window in your computer or use your phone. And here are the instructions. So you either go to that website. If you have I believe Apple devices will do this. I'm not sure if other ones, you can actually just take a picture of that QR code. It'll take you to that website. We'll just take a couple of minutes. And what I would like you to do, you'll see there's 3 options. Again, I hope it works. There's 3 options for you to fill in to answer that question. And I'll get out of that again. So the question is, how do songs help us learn? And why? Let's see what comes up. And we should be able to see this in real time as you're doing it. Is that working for people? Oh, look at that. Yes. Oh, like that. Memory. Yeah. Visualization. Memorable, catchy. Love. Ooh. And of course, the number of the bigger it is, the more people have said that actually same word. Okay. That's great. Joy. I like that one. Rhythm, memorable, freedom, engaging, lock our creative souls. Whew. Look at that go. What we'll do is maybe we'll get Duncan or somebody to do a screenshot of this in a minute. And we'll post it on the Songs for Environmental Education webpage, which I'll tell you about in a little bit, which is a community, online community that I've been working on for quite a long time to just share about using music for environmental education. Duncan, how much longer do you think we should go with this?
I think most people who want to have probably plugged in by now. Maybe give them another, 5-10 seconds here.
Okay.
And yeah,
actually, I think this continue. I just don't have to share my screen. We can come back to this, actually, I believe. Let's just see what happens.
Totally. Maybe it'll change through the show here, Remy.
Well, it might. It probably will, if people keep entering their ideas. We're going to do another one of these with a different question in a bit. So, where did my little thing go so I can stop my share? There we go. Okay. Only one tiny screen. There's too much going on in all the one screen here. Okay, so next it's going to ask you to analyze one of my most famous songs, the one that Duncan mentioned, which is called What's That Habitat? I'm sure that many of you on the call here probably know this one. And I've been singing it hundreds, thousands of times, maybe tens of thousands of times over the years since the late 90s when we first composed it. But maybe, well, as I'm playing, think about because I don't know, what is it that makes it effective and popular and why it's being used over and over again and requested. And we'll have a little breakout room. You get a chance to meet each other, which is, again, building community, and come up with some ideas which you can put in the chat after that. Actually, we'll do another Mentimeter and see what that is. Okay, so we're actually going to do the song now. So habitat, we're using the definition as articulated by Project Wild. Habitat's made up of 4 components: food, water, shelter, and space. And this is drawn from the Project Wild activity called Oh Deer. We call it Oh Caribou up here in the Yukon. And so hopefully you can see that. You pat your belly is food. This is water. This is shelter. I'll have to duck down a bit. And space, like this. And obviously I won't be able to play guitar and do those. So you folks, if you need some assistance, you can watch Duncan or Jade or Fareen. Yeah, so, and I would ask you, and of course, everybody's muted. Maybe at the end we can, I don't know, we can see what happens. But you can also say space and food after, so like this: food, water, shelter, space, repeat after. I have no idea if you're doing it or not. And if you're by yourself, nobody will complain about it. Okay, here we go. Are we ready? Oh, and by the way, I'll go, what's that? And I would like you to repeat, habitat, what's that? Habitat, what's that? Habitat. And en français, parce que c'est un pays bilingue, puis j'aime chanter en français, we will go, c'est quoi l'habitat? C'est quoi l'habitat? Here we go. What's that habitat? C'est quoi l'habitat? What's that habitat? C'est quoi l'habitat? Habitat, habitat is where it's at. Let's do that again. You're all warmed up. What's that habitat? C'est quoi l'habitat? What's that habitat? C'est quoi l'habitat? Habitat, habitat is where it's at. Now, if you hear me say food, water, shelter, and space in the song, or something that is one of those things, I will invite you to meet the challenge of actually making your symbols for those. Now, every living creature needs some space to roam. We all need some shelter we can call our home. Or we'll die without food and water. It's simple as that. Well, you put it all together and it's called habitat. What's that habitat? C'est quoi l'habitat? What's that habitat? C'est quoi l'habitat? Habitat, habitat is where it's at. We're gonna do food, water, shelter, and space. I hope you're ready with your symbols and your repetitions. And it's food, water, water, shelter, shelter, space, food, food, water, water, shelter, space, food, food, water, shelter, space, habitat, habitat is where it's at. Just think about that beaver, he's in water all the time. Water, Duncan, Jade, water all the time. They stockpiles leaves and branches, that's food, all through the summertime. They better start this again. Even though I've played 10,000 times, sometimes, that jumping around of Jade and Duncan just threw me off. Okay, let's do this. Every living creature needs some space to roam. No, beaver. Just think about that beaver. He's watered all the time. He stockpiles leaves and branches all through the summertime. He stores them underwater, and in the winter he stays fat. 'Cause it's under the ice outside his lodge, and that's his habitat. Everybody now. What's that habitat? C'est quoi l'habitat? What's that habitat? C'est quoi l'habitat? Habitat, habitat is where it's at. Food, water, shelter, space. It's food, water, shelter, space, food, water, shelter, space, food, water, shelter, space. Habitat, habitat is where it's at. Now the grizzly bear needs lots of space to find all the food she needs to feed herself and her cubs real well with fish, raw meat, and berries. She gets her water from the lakes and streams, and by the autumn she's so fat. She stays in her den, doesn't eat all winter, and that's her habitat. What's that habitat? C'est quoi l'habitat? What's that habitat? C'est quoi l'habitat? Habitat, habitat is where it's at. Again. Habitat, habitat, where it's at. Encore une fois. Habitat, habitat is where it's at. Habitat. All right. Oh, thank you so much. Such a different experience here. It's been a while since having a live audience, and you guys are a live audience. Don't get me wrong, but being able to see the whole crowd. But that's the Habitat song. So if Duncan, you could maybe randomly assign some breakout groups, and what I would like you to discuss is, I think introduce yourselves and find out where you are from different parts of the country, the continent, Turtle Island, the world. And then maybe just a few ideas. What makes that a successful song? Because I don't know. And then we'll do another Mentimeter and see what it is that people come up with.
And how long do you want to be out in groups for, Remy?
I don't know. What do you think? What's your experience?
Like, I don't know, 5 minutes, Jade says.
Yeah, 5 minutes max, I think. Yeah.
I'll break into 20 groups, and you have the option of joining, or you can hang out in the main room with me.
And me, I guess.
I've opened the rooms, and you can join when you are ready. Hi, Courtney and kids. Nice to see you.
You know, it's because I don't have the bigger screen, I'm not really seeing a lot of the participants. I just sort of
Well,
see
there's a lot of dancing, a lot of participation going on.
good. Whole
I had
lot
to
of
take my, I had to go down to a t-shirt here. I was getting hot.
yeah. Oh, that's great. Hi, kids. I can see you guys.
So these kids are more famous than you, Remy, even.
No doubt. No
They
doubt.
were, they went viral this winter.
What?
Yeah,
What happened?
incredible. I can't wait for the follow-up. When's that coming, Courtney?
So, the whole family's here. So you got the whole family.
Oh,
There's Eric.
Sweet. We've got famous people on the line. It's awesome.
Yeah, Addie is right here. This is the one that went viral right here.
Oh, congratulations. My kids loved watching you.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, it's been a while.
Totally. So
We're in dinner time, so we'll unmute here.
all good. All good. Yeah. Remy, we've got a few people online with us. Do you want to pose a question and see who's or see
Sure.
get people to introduce each other?
We could have our own little breakout group right here.
Just
I
so
mean,
y'all know, I
either-
accidentally kicked myself out of my breakout room.
Oh. So Jenny, I can reassign you.
I was the only person with, I'm blanking out her name. Shoot. She's Emma Hijab. I'm blanking out on what her name was.
Shannon, by chance?
I think that was her.
I'll put you in a room with Shannon and Dwayne, who are looking for some people to chat with.
Okay, sorry.
All good. All good. There you go.
Yeah, so I mean, this could be a little breakout group too. Like, what makes what's that Habitat song effective, or why do we, or you know, why do we use music and song for learning and for getting ideas across? Anybody want to pipe in? You're welcome to.
I mean, I love it because it's so catchy and it sticks in your head for days, which is great when you're teaching, I guess.
Okay, I just see. I am able to see the comments in the chat. Builds new synapses in the brain.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, certainly that's one thing that I know. It's using different parts of the brain, right? You're stimulating parts of the brain we may not use, and so making those connections, it's the neural connections. Yeah, absolutely.
And yeah, reaches the mind and heart.
Mind and heart. Yeah, yeah. It's quite possible that people that are here are the ones that are a bit introverted and probably aren't comfortable with the breakout group. So I don't want to ask you to jump in now.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice to get people
I think
there.
that's great.
Yeah.
Music just creates happiness, and we certainly need more happiness when it comes to the world situation, because we can certainly dwell on the negative side. If we're a little bit more happy, a little more joyful, we can actually make a difference, right?
Totally. And you do a great job of bringing that.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll do one more minute here. Give people one more minute. I'll just let them know in the.
Maybe I'll just bring up the Mentimeter thing, or can I do that? I guess I can, eh?
Yeah, totally.
Or would it be
just
better to
keep
come
it-
back?
let them come back. Yep.
I'll just have it up when they come back?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, and Barrett's chimed in there. Nice to see you on the line with us, Barrett. He says a good song can deliver a lot of content in a small package, and that small package seems to be retained and shared.
Ooh, I love it. Thanks.
Yeah, that's Barrett Miller, our friend from
Yeah.
Vancouver. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to close the rooms. That'll give people their 60-second warning.
Yeah. It looks like people are already putting in this group. I'll just share again for the folks that are there. This is to get started. Oh, what's going on here? There. if you want to go, it's menti.com and that code, or use the QR code to take you right there.
Mhm. Okay, and people are starting to float back here. We've got 30 seconds if people are hanging on a little bit longer to their breakout groups. But for those of you who joined a breakout group, hopefully you had a nice chance to talk with other real human beings, adults. For those of you who are teachers, especially teachers of younger children and caregivers, hopefully it's a nice chance to connect with real human adults. Few more seconds here before all the breakout groups close.
Hey, thanks, Duncan.
Okay, I think you've got everybody back now.
That
right?
was amazing.
Awesome. So glad to give you the chance to connect with real other people, other adults. Like I was saying, for those of you with young children, young learners, nice to have a conversation with other mature human beings. Over to you, Remy.
Well, and it may not be for everybody to get in those small groups and share with people they've never probably seen before. But I have to, again, it's this community building idea. I do have to send a shout out to Duncan and the Outdoor Learning Store. Look at all those different groups that have been involved in this project, and then really it's about building the environmental education community in this country. And so hats off to you guys. So just keep adding. It looks fun. Yeah. Repetition, actions, simple, fun. The actions thing is something I've learned over time to add into songs, how important that is. Because I haven't always been a kids performer. I've been doing a lot of adult stuff as well. For those who were, there was a number of us remaining in the main room, and there was some, you'll see in the chat some things that came up, but there were some ideas of building synapses in the brains for why using music. And certainly that's, I think that's actually scientifically proven. If you know of, ever read any of the books by Daniel Levitin? I mean, it just seems to be such a part of our natural heritage as human beings that song and music really are a part of us and actually integral in culture. The World in 6 Songs is one of his books, and This Is Your Brain on Music. I'd recommend those if you're interested in this kind of topic. Okay. Well, that's great. Thank you so much for adding those. I guess we can leave that up. You can keep adding stuff if you want. I'm going to stop sharing right now. Okay, and there you are. I see a bunch of people now. I think I reset reset it so I could actually see a few more faces, so that's good. So, let's do another song. I think that's probably mainly why you guys are here. I didn't want it to be just a show. I wanted us to collect some ideas and hopefully have some ideas for you to use music as well. This is a song off my latest album, and some of you will have seen this before, and this hopefully integrates some of the stuff we talked about there, the kind of songs that are effective. Just to keep in mind, if you try songwriting on your own with kids, I don't know if anybody on this first little screen that I see have actually tried doing that, writing songs with kids, but they're, okay, I see Shannon saying so, and Megan maybe. So I've got a few ideas for that. If you connect with me, I can share those and another resource that I'll be sharing. But anyway, hopefully this fits the bill. This is called Fish. I see Santa recognizing this song. So in this song, I will go, why should we care about fish? And then I'd like you to do a fist bump, go, fish! Let's try that. Why should we care about fish? Fish! Yes. And then later on, I'm actually going to sing like a fish. So you'll see the way I do it, but you can start thinking about how you might sing like a fish. And just to make it really go, and this is going to be fun, I want to see this with the ones I can see, and maybe Duncan or Jade could take a screenshot of us being fish. But the way to do this, and this is the way I have audiences do it, is put your palms towards me like so. Then turn them towards you, looking at them, bring them up beside your ears. Then find your thumbs and turn those out. And of course, these are gills on the fish. And if you want a little kind of funny, pouty mouth, then you really look like a fish. So it'd be great to get a screenshot of at least some of us doing that at some point. Okay. Is there anything else? I'm not sure. Let's try it. Now, don't ever wish a world without fish, because they're slippy and slimy. Because each little fish has its own special niche in clear living waters and streams that are grimy. The fish is our neighbor, it could be our lunch. The fish is a creature I like a whole bunch. Fish deserve our respect. They're part of the web that keeps us all fed. One fish is another, and then it's our dinner. They're pretty to look at, amazing to see on their own or up under a lake, stream, or river. They're absolutely fascinating. For adaptations, I give them a rating. Fish deserve our respect. And why should we care about fish? Fish! Like everything in nature, they have a part to play. And why should we care about fish? Fish! They're fascinating creatures with extraordinary features. Once you get to know them, they're okay. Once you get to know them, you'll think they're great. They're sleek and they're slim, and so they can swim at incredible speeds through a dense with the medium. And some fish will travel to spot and unravel from ocean to river. It's truly a marvel. They live under ice and their sea vents way hotter. Fish are so cool they can breathe underwater. Let's see you guys fish. Breathe underwater, you guys. Yeah. Fish deserve our respect. And how can we care for our fish? Fish! By not using products that pollute the lakes and streams. And how can we care for our fish? Fish! Protect their habitats, no matter where it's at. Every little action is okay. Everything we do to help is great. Here we go. Sing like fish. Get your gills up. You ready? Okay, you gotta get a video recording of this. This is awesome. Now, don't ever wish a world without fish, because you don't understand them. Because each little fish has its own special niche. They're a part of nature we mustn't abandon. We gotta have fish, the more the better. We'll make a big difference if we work together. Fish deserve our respect. And how can we care for our fish? Fish! By not using products that pollute the lakes and streams. And how can we care for our fish? Fish! Protect their habitat, no matter where it's at. Every little action is okay. Everything we do to help is great. Okay, get those gills up and sing along. Fish!
Fish!
All right. Well, that was fun. So, I don't think I mentioned it before, but part of what I'd like to do is to collect some ideas for our Songs for Environmental Education community about maybe your favorite environmental artists or songs and so on. If you can put those into the chat. So if you know, if you've got an artist in Canada or the United States, anywhere that does nature songs, environment songs, ones you might have used in a classroom or that your kids like, please put them in the chat. And if there's a favorite song, and I might even actually try to do a Spotify playlist if those people are on Spotify or even Apple Music playlist of all the songs that we generate today, just kind of for fun. And then you can listen to them. I mean, just on that note, of course, artists these days don't get a lot of money from streaming. So if you can support your local artist in any kind of way, or artists that you like, if you buy a physical CD, there actually some research to show that it's actually a better environmental choice than streaming all the time. And a lot more of the money goes to the artist. And of course, as Duncan said, you can actually buy my CDs on, on the Outdoor Learning Store, but please support different artists. I want to share the screen, actually. I'll show you where you can find out about other artists. And this is, okay, just a minute. There we go. This is a community that started at a ecom conference a number of years ago, Songs for Environmental Education. And so the website is there. I think you can see that. It's songsforee.wordpress.com. It's a free site. I'm actually hoping to migrate this to another place sometime soon. But there's lots of different things, but I'd just like to point out this page, which is the list of artists and creators that I've stumbled across over the years. And it's an amazing number of folks that actually do environmental songs out there. And you'll recognize some of these perhaps. John Acorn from Alberta, Holly and Kevin from BC, Banana Slug String Band. I actually have recorded one of their songs on my latest CD. So it's also a kind of a community of artists as well. So any of these folks, please go in, give them a look, give them a listen, give them some love, and give them some money if you can, because especially in these COVID days, not touring, it's certainly important if you appreciate this music for sure. So I see you guys are putting lots of ideas into the chat. Please do. If any of these give you ideas, any songs that you've used, that would be just great. Let's see. What did I? Well, why don't we actually just use that Beaver song? We have that. That's become a bit of a favorite, even though, as I say, it's not my original song, but I did do a version of it that's kind of fun. And this also has actions in it, kind of aimed at a younger set, I suppose, but it gets across some of the natural history of the beaver. So what I invite people to do is get those incisors, the big chewy front things like this, and go chew, 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 chew. That's what beavers do. We chew. And then the second part of the chorus goes like this. Slap your tails, shout out loud, I'm proud to be a beaver. I love it that you guys are all participating, at least the people I can see on the screen. Okay, here we go. Chew, 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 that's what beavers do. We chew. Slap your tails, shout out loud, I'm proud to be a beaver. No time to play, there's work to do. Dams to build and logs to chew. Aspen wood tastes good, Tree coming down, look out below. Ready? Chew, 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 that's what beavers do. We chew. Slap your tails, shout out loud, I'm proud to be a beaver. Rodents come in different sizes. We are big, look at these incisors. Our teeth keep growing unless we're doing what we do best, and that is chewing. Chew, 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 that's what beavers do. We chew. Slap your tails, shout out loud, I'm proud to be a beaver. Well, under the ice we dive down low, our lodge is entered from below. It's warm and safe and dry in here, because we're skillful engineers. Chew, 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 that's what beavers do. We chew. Slap your tails, shout out loud, I'm proud to be a beaver. Well, slap your tails, sound the alarm. Web feet swim away from harm. River otter loves to eat beaver snack and beaver meat. Oh, chew, 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 that's what beavers do. We chew. Slap your tails, shout out loud, I'm proud to be a beaver. Well, beaver dams bring flood control. In times of drought, they're a water hole. Don't forget your beaver pals. We build lodges, dams, and canals. Oh, chew, 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 that's what beavers do. We chew. Slap your tails, shout out loud, I'm proud to be a beaver. I'm proud to be a beaver. I'm proud to be a beaver. All right. Well, thanks very much. That's fun. All right. So that's the beaver song. Let's, can we have a short other breakout, please, for those who are okay with doing that, so we can meet some new folks. And also, what I'd like you to discuss is if you have used environmental or songs for environmental education or any kind of education really, and what that looked like. So is it writing songs? Is it taking a video up on the screen and maybe that has lyrics, or do they learn a song and then write art about it? I mean, there's all sorts of different possibilities. And once again, we'll put all this into a document that we can send to you for ideas for later.
Sounds good. So we'll break out for another few minutes, Remy.
Yeah, not too long, maybe 4 minutes.
Yeah, and then looking at the time when you come back, we do have prizes tonight, draw prizes for you. So when you come back, we'll make a few draw prizes, and then Remy's game to stick around for longer to chat and answer questions, and maybe come on out for an encore for one more song. So here, I'll break you out into groups, and then after we'll do all that. Let's see, open your rooms here. Okay, you can join when you're ready. I'm just shuffling a few people around here, but if anybody wants to chat in the main room, love to say hi, but if you don't, I totally get it too. Is that you, Janet? I think you're on mute still.
Yeah, I'd like to go to a group, but I didn't go to a group.
Okay. Do you, Janet Steves. Okay, why don't I pop you in room number 2 with Carol and Eastridge School.
Great, thanks.
There you go. If anybody else would like to join one, just let me know.
Joan McKellar, I'm not in a group either.
Okay.
In a room.
I'll pop you into room number 2. There's 3 others in that room.
And Cindy Garno.
Oh, hey, Cindy. Why don't I pop you in room number 4? There's just a couple of people in there right now.
Thank you.
There you go. Yep. And I've got Amy and Kate as unassigned. If you'd like to be assigned to a room, I can assign you if you'd like.
Sure, that'd be great.
That's Amy? Okay, perfect. I'll pop you into room 4 with, there's just a few people in there right now.
Thank you.
Enjoy, yeah. And for the rest of you, hopefully like me, are still tapping your tails and chewing in your head right now, because Remy's songs are so catchy. Yeah, and yeah.
I was in a room by myself, so I came back.
Oh, Terry Lynn, let me pop you in a room with real people.
Okay.
Let's see here. You were in room 5. Oh, okay, yeah, I'll move you to room 6 where there's a nice conversation going on right now. There you go. And we'll do this for another, looks like another minute here before we call people back. So I'll just send a message out. Yeah, Jennifer, I just got your message about the EC song link. Was that on the chat? Or was that one Remy mentioned? We'll definitely be sharing out some of the resources shared in the chat as well as Remy's one. Okay. Yeah, and we'll share out his page as well in the follow-up. So yeah, we'll have lots of links, it looks like, to follow up with everybody on. Yeah. Okay, we'll give it a few more seconds here and then we'll call the group back. I need to draw my prize here. Number 43. There we go. Okay, we're going to call everybody back. I just saw your message, Kate. Way to go in managing a toddler meltdown and listening to this. Hopefully Remy can play another song soon. Welcome back, everybody. Hopefully you had another good chance to meet some new people and connect and share some ideas and resources. Just have a few more seconds here as people come back. And we've had some questions around some of the resources. We will share the resources that Remy shared in a follow-up email. I'll try to get that out tonight. If not, it'll be tomorrow morning. And it'll include the recording and your link to your attendance and all that. Yeah. Okay. Welcome back. The stream of fish are coming back in here. Everybody's still got, kills on. And I was saying, I'm still, slapping away with my tail and proud to be a beaver.
Sweet. Well, of course, I hope that was good, great for everybody. I ended up joining one of the chats and had fun. And certainly throw in any ideas that you have into the chat that you came up with in your discussion.
Awesome. Okay, so should we do a bit of a soft close here, recognizing the time, and then you can carry on for those who have the time, Remy?
Sure. Yeah, I'm happy to sing a few more songs if we want.
Awesome. Well, yeah, for those of you who need to step out in a minute here, just wanted to say a huge thanks to Remy for taking the time today and sharing. I mean, so important right now, as we all know, and hopefully you felt a bit uplifted and, going through these times, it is so hard. And I think this type of work and this music is so important. So thanks, Remy. Maybe I'll pass the mic over to Farheen from Take Me Outside, who has a couple of draw prizes to make.
All right, thanks, Duncan, and thanks, Remy. I had so much fun. All right, I have 2 outdoor weatherproof journals to give to 2 lucky winners, and I'm going to choose those randomly. And the winners are Pat Andrews and Terry Lynn Higgs. So just message me if you can and let me know your email, and I will follow up with you and figure out how you can win an awesome outdoor weatherproof, rainproof Take Me Outside journal. And I'll put the link in the chat if folks are interested in buying it from the Outdoor Learning Store. You can do so.
Thanks for
And yeah, Duncan has a fun little prize to give away as well.
Totally. I just popped that link in the chat and you can get it from Take Me Outside too. They're incredible. We tested them in the heavy shower. My kids did with pencils just to see if it would work, and they work. They're incredible. So Take Me Outside offers those and other amazing things on their store. And for Canada's Outdoor Learning Store, I have $50 to give away for anything on the store, including Remy's CDs. You could get a couple of his CDs with that gift card. Tonight, the grand prize, or the prize winner, I should say, is Sue Wallace. Congrats, Sue. So we will follow up with you by email with your card for the Outdoor Learning Store. So again, wonderful to see all of you here. Thanks for joining us. We do have another, well, this is our grand finale for our spring series. We added another one for June, which is launching Colin Harris of Take Me Outside, his new book called Take Me Outside. And so you can join us to hear direct from Colin and his incredible story of his journey across Canada. So we invite you to join us back on June 15th. And then we're working on a whole year worth of monthly virtual workshops and lining that up for next year. So we'll have that for you in September. So I'm going to pass the mic back over to Remy, who can carry on. And for those of you who have to depart, I wish you the best during the spring here.
Sure. Well, thanks. Yeah, I'm happy to stick around. I don't know if you have any questions, want to hear a few more songs. I noticed somewhere in the chat, somebody said that that I do songs in French, and that's one of my projects over the next year is to translate. I'm pretty fully bilingual, but my songs are not yet. So I'm going to see if I think I can get some help from the Yukon government to actually make that happen. And then I'd be able to present in your school in French or French immersion or not, or English. And I'm hoping to do some more online things too. Because I've been a busy teacher, full-time teacher, I haven't really had time to develop that. But our school week, what am I saying? School year ends actually next week. So early June, if anybody would like a little online presentation, mini concert for their class or for their school, get in touch. You can find me pretty easily. I think I'm the only Remy Rodden in the world with that combination, so you can find that. So Duncan or anybody, are there particular questions that are coming up, or you just do another song?
Mostly people just want to hear you sing and to learn more actions and things. But somebody earlier on wrote, how do I teach or do music over Zoom? And I think you sort of just did one of those like perfect demonstrations of that. So, you know, perhaps if they're not playing an instrument, they could play your song and everyone can do it together. Or you could do body instruments, or what do you reckon?
Well, you know, interesting. I did notice that earlier, and thanks for bringing it back. I've created a little, it's kind of I haven't reviewed it recently, but basically a little outline of how to create, do online videos or Zoom sort of using a green screen background. Yeah, so it's a little guide for teachers or whatever to use. So I'm happy to share that if whoever asked that question is interested, or if we can get some emails from this this event, I'd be happy to send those out. Also some songwriting ideas and so on, but yeah, I mean, the actual teaching thing, I mean, one of the keys like we've done is you kind of have to have people muted. We could try it right now, unmute everybody and see, you'll see what happens, but there's such delay from different places, it just gets kind of crazy.
Can we try it just so we can see?
Sure, okay. Do you want to, what's that habitat, see what happens. Okay. Okay, so you remember the actions and the things, so repeat after me. Okay, so we'll see a lot of people are still muted, but let's see what happens. What's that habitat? C'est quoi?
L'habitat.
What's that habitat? C'est quoi?
L'habitat.
Habitat is where it's at. Now every living creature needs some space to roam. See, I actually waited for the hesitation, but let's try it again, just as it normally would be. Okay. What's that habitat? C'est quoi?
L'habitat.
What's that
Habitat.
C'est quoi? Habitat is where it's at. It sort of worked.
Definitely sounds better when you sing it alone.
That's funny. Okay. Well, let's do a song of. Oh, you know, can I? UK, if I take about a minute to show you some quick clips of videos from YouTube, everybody okay with that? Because they're just kind of fun things. Today is World Bee Day. I don't know if that got mentioned at the beginning. And the song on my last album, I've just put out a video to go with that. So let's have a quick look at that here. Share screen. Which one is it going to be here? I don't know. Maybe this one. No, not that one. Oh well, try it. What's that look like? That doesn't look right. Here we go. Okay, quickly.
I think you
Can't
need
hear.
to hit share screen and go to more settings and allow audio, computer audio or thingamabob. Yep.
Passion pour nourrir les plantes et les poissons. L'eau est la vie c'est l'eau. L'homme, les plantes, les animaux, tous les êtres ont besoin de l'eau. L'eau est notre plus beau cadeau. L'eau est notre plus beau cadeau.
Okay, so that was just a little project I did with my collaborator Pierre Lenton, who was also nominated for the Children's Artist of the Year, and that was a song that I did write. I had a question from Dwayne earlier. Have I written songs? I just forgot about that one. We actually wrote that song and recorded it with the kids for my latest album, in honor of Take Me Outside Day and Classroom Day.
Please take us outside.
It's online as well.
Please take us outside. There's a world to discover outside these walls. So please take us outside.
So that's one more, and then this is the Bees one from today. And I'll just advance it a bit here.
Because you might find them kind of scary, but they really are our friends. And the only time they might hurt you is when they need to defend the place they live, the food they eat, or their living community. They're small and they're smart and they fly around looking for a flowery treat. They bring the nectar and pollen back to feed their family. I'm wondering, have you guessed it? Yeah, we're talking about the bees. Bees, won't you help them please? 'Cause they're feeling the squeeze. We really need these species. Bees and the other pollinators, we want to see them later. Won't you help them please?
Anyway, that's kind of fun. You can go have a look at that online as of yesterday. I put it on, or today. Okay, let's do the plastic song. So the actions thing, I'd sure like your help again. You can throw it in into the chat here about other actions. But what I've come up with for this is every time you hear the word plastic, make an X with your fingers or maybe with your arms. Of course, representing no plastic. Of course, we can't have no plastic. Plastic's an amazing thing, and we talk about that in our song. But but we can say maybe less plastic, or the kind of plastic we just use once and throw away. Okay, got it? Here we go. Well, we've all heard of plastic in the ocean. Did anybody make their little X for plastic? Let's try it again. Well, we've all heard of plastic in the ocean. A giant patch of garbage in the sea. There are piles of plastic at the recycling center 'cause there's way too much to handle easily. We make far more plastic than we can deal with. Oh my, what are we to do? Use less plastic in our daily lives. What that means is reduce and refuse. Reduce, refuse. Oh, let's get drastic with our plastic, 'cause its impact on the planet's not fantastic. Let your actions be enthusiastic. Oh, let's get drastic with our plastic. Now, plastic is a most amazing product. It comes from oil in the ground. We can mold it into any sort of shape and size. It takes a really long time to break down. But when it degrades, the tiny little pieces get into the water, land, and air. These microplastics will be here forever. One more reason we should care. Let's get drastic with our plastic, 'cause its impact on the planet's not fantastic.
Let your actions be enthusiastic. Oh, let's get drastic with our plastic. Well, plastic is a very useful thing. We see it around us every day. But too much plastic creates a lot of problems. Together we've got to find a way to make it better. We can all do our part to reduce and rethink and make a change. Use less plastic and find alternatives. Encourage our friends to do the same. Let's get drastic with our plastic, because its impact on the planet's not fantastic. Hope you don't think I'm being too bombastic. Oh, let's get drastic with our plastic, everybody. Oh, let's get drastic with our plastic, because its impact on the planet's not fantastic. Let your actions be enthusiastic. Oh, let's get drastic with our plastic. Oh, let's get drastic with our plastic. Oh, let's get drastic with our plastic. So I don't know if anybody has any other ideas for actions you could do with that, but that seemed to work. You guys were, I guess all of you, all those some little kids out there doing that too. That's great. Yeah. Well,
We've got time for one more.
okay, because
One
I'm the
more
kind of guy I get playing, you know, once I get into it, they need the big hook to pull me off, you know?
So, Duncan asked, are you taking song requests?
Oh, Duncan, I know what you would probably ask for, but I'm not going to do that one. Actually, I thought I'd do this one because it's a nice send-off song. Mind you, the one that Duncan's thinking of probably would be too, but this is out of my first album. But actually, the title of the first album, it's called Think About the Planet. And it was sort of inspired by the idea, you know, that, yeah, there are lots of problems out there, but unless and we talked about that earlier, the joy and the hope, the possibility of having a better planet and better future is already out there, but there's a lot of work to be done. I think, is it David Orr that said hope is a verb with its sleeves rolled up, right? So basically, you know, we all have a part to play. This has been fun, a lot of fun. Thanks, everybody. Great. And if you have action ideas for this, I'd be happy. Maybe you get scared sometimes when you hear about a dirty world. They tell us that there's garbage everywhere, too much for every boy and girl. But I believe that if we try, we can clean it up and kiss pollution goodbye. Well, it's really very simple. Here's what you have to do. Think about the planet when you go to bed. Now think about the planet when you go to bed. And dream sweet dreams of clean streams in your head. Clean hearts, clean streets, clean minds. Leave all that ugly pollution behind. When you wake up in the morning, make the dream come true. Maybe when you hear the TV news about wars and guns and violent stuff, it makes you sad or feel real bad or want to fight and be real tough. But getting mad at yourself only makes things worse. If you want to change the world, you gotta change yourself first. So choose to be happy and sing along with me. Think about your neighbor this time. And think about your neighbor when you go to bed. And find all the ways to be kind in your head. Kind to yourself and to your neighbors and friends. Cause that's the only way we'll make the violence end. And when you wake up in the morning, make the dream come true. True, true, oh yeah. And when you wake up in the morning, make So anytime that you're feeling like there is nothing that you can do to change the things that make you sad, just remember this little tune. 'Cause nothing is so bad that there is no hope. Well, to sing and to dream can help anyone cope, but you gotta work hard to make the dream come true. Think about the planet. Think about the planet when you go to bed, and dream sweet dreams of clean streams in your head. Clean hearts, clean streets, clean minds. Leave all that ugly pollution behind, and when you wake up in the morning, make the dream come true. Think about your neighbor. Think about your neighbor when you go to bed, and find all the ways to be kind in your head. Kind to yourself, to your neighbors and friends, 'cause that's the only way we'll make the virus end. And when you wake up in the morning, make the dream come true. True, true. Oh yeah, and when you wake up in the morning, make the dream come true. Woohoo! That was great. I saw some great action ideas. I'll have to look at the video.
Well, that was awesome, Remy. Jade, Farheen, I think you were coordinating that there.
There was some symbiosis.
We definitely,
there.
we definitely got like
rocking.
the wake up and the sleep and some of this.
East Coast, West Coast united in musical ambition and love.
Where a border need not be.
Exactly.
Yes.
That was fantastic. Just absolute energizer at the end of what was quite a long day. And now I just feel ready to run a marathon. So thank you.
Well, thank you, everybody. That was awesome. And I think Duncan will send out some links. I'd be happy to send you resources and so on. And it'd be great if you wanted to join up for my mailing list for news, or get on the Songs for EE mailing list as well. Join the Facebook community. I didn't mention that, but there's a Facebook page. Look for Songs for Environmental Education. Mostly right now it's just me gleaning stuff from the news about different artists, but it'd be great to get some of this stuff up too.
Well, thanks again, Remy. Really awesome to see so many people dancing and smiling, and yeah, this was a real pick-me-up. At a time when I think all of us could use some smiling for an hour and a half straight. So thanks so much for that. And we'll look forward to sharing out an email with chock full of awesome resources, links by tomorrow. And if you have any questions, feel free to get hold of Jade or I at the Outdoor Learning Store, Farheen at Take Me Outside, and Remy at remyrodden.com, right?
Yep.
So
or more simply, envirosongs.ca as well. That works. Goes to the same place.
Cool. Well, thanks everyone for joining, and we'll look forward to hosting Remy in the not too distant future again. So have a wonderful evening. Hope to see you on June 15th for Colin Harris's launch of Take Me Outside.
Can I request that we all just unmute and do one actual round of applause that we can hear?
Oh yeah, I like it.
Thank you.
That was my first concert in 2 years. It was dreamy.